A friend described his dream girl traits, and it was my wife. He's over all the time, holding my son, walking beside her, and making cringe comments in front of her. Am I being paranoid? Am I the asshole because I'm cutting this asshole off? I have a wife that I've been with for over 10 years and married for 3. We have a 10-month-old son now. I recently met a guy who turned out to have a lot of common interests with me, both into finance, fitness, and stuff. We started hanging out more and work out together weekly in my home gym garage. Obviously, we were spending time together and we shoot the shit often. His situation is that he's single, a father of a 7-year-old girl, and his ex is a super bitch to him. She publicly talks down to him the few times we all went out to dinner together. He still has to see her because they are co-parenting, but he's been trying to date for the past year. Anyway, we got on the topic of what he's looking for in a woman because he keeps on going on dates and they all suck according to him and none of the women are his type. So I asked what his type is and he starts describing the traits of my wife. I wonder if it could be a coincidence. We go to dinner, he'll be telling a story or whatever and show a picture on his phone, but only to my wife. I have to ask him to see what the picture is before he puts it away. Not that I care that much, but feel suspicious. We've been hanging out more and having game night at my place with him and a few other friends. Whenever he's in the presence of my wife, he takes my son and puts him on his shoulders and plays with him in front of her. Makes weird comments, at least I think they are, in front of my wife like, I love being a father and providing for a family. I wish I had a wife that was as good as raising kids as you. Let me know if I can help you in any way with your son. Always directed to my wife and never me. The thing is, these comments have been setting off eye raises for me. So when I was working out with him the other day, I said, do you think my wife is attractive? He said, hell yeah, your wife is hot. I said thanks, but it raised my antenna even more. Now the reason I'm writing this is because his most recent comment to me was, do you think your wife can find a girl for me at her workout class that looks like her? And finally, this happened the other day. We were going to dinner with him and his family that were in town. It was at a big shopping center, so we were waiting at a Starbucks for them to arrive at the restaurant. He comes to the Starbucks where we are, while his family is at the restaurant. He waves and says we are ready. I start packing my son's bag while my wife handles the stroller. This dude grabs my son and puts him on his shoulders and start walking out. My wife is walking out and I'm grabbing the bag. So I'm literally watching this guy walk next to my wife holding my child while she's pushing the stroller and I'm trailing them. I felt I was watching a couple and their child, and I was seething and feeling displaced. Am I the asshole because I'm cutting this asshole off? Not letting him anywhere near my wife and kid again. If we happen to see him in a social setting of 6 or less, we are leaving. Best comments. The guy isn't your friend. He is actively flirting with your wife. Have you talked to your wife about him? Can she see his flirting and very obvious and thinly veiled attempts at her? How does she respond when you have said something about it? I hope for your sake she sees it and has simply refused to engage. Talk to her and ask if he has tried to reach out directly at all, suggested exchanging info, or connected on text messaging. His efforts are incredibly disrespectful to you and your marriage, and he needs to be excluded from everything and anything your wife may be part of at a minimum or cut out completely. She says she doesn't see it and is just a father who wishes he had a mother in his life. He keeps saying he wants more kids in front of both of us and always playing with our son, saying he wish he had a son to raise. Wife thinks he just really likes being a father and wants more kids. The level of attentiveness you describe is uncalled for. She doesn't see it and is either naivete or gaslighting. Are you sure nothing has already started between them? I'm sure, because we both work from home and he never has a chance to see her without me. It only takes 5 minutes for a disaster. I would snoop around. Your wife is being naive. He most definitely wants her. I tell him straight up, I can see you lusting after my wife and I have to protect my family. Our friendship is over. Be direct and firm. This man is out for your wife and family. Update number 1. Ask my wife if he ever texted her or contacted her in any way on text or social media. She said no. I told her I feel he's peacocking, and she said she doesn't get that vibe at all from him. Update number 2. A female friend came over tonight who mutually knows this guy. She agreed that it's strange and thinks he is crushing on my wife, intentionally or not, and told my wife to her face that. I told my wife that if another female can see it, it's obvious. My wife now says she feels embarrassed that she doesn't see it and says it'll be awkward now because she doesn't want to think of him looking at her that way. Both her and a friend think it's best if we only see him in social settings with large groups and not our house again. Update number 3, 22 days after the first post. Here's the update. After all the advice, thank you all, I decided to go the slow cut-off method rather than being direct. Mainly because my thinking is that if you tell someone that you're wise to their BS, that they may just try to be more covert, cover their tracks, and be sneakier with their behavior, or try to buy sympathy with mutual friends. There was a party we were invited to at his house before all this unfolded, and I told my wife we aren't going. This caused a bit of tension within our house because it got pretty heated because, while she thinks he's doing it subconsciously, she has zero interest in him, so it doesn't bother her, and she said she didn't even notice until I brought it to her attention. Needless to say, the fact that it caused an argument and drama for me was more than enough ground for me to never have this dude around my wife and kid ever again. Anyway, because he was already introduced to all of my friends in my friend group, he invited all of them to this party. We didn't go, and a few friends asked if we were going. I explained the situation, and a few of them agreed that they saw what I saw. They said they were not going to the party. One couple did decide to go because they and him became close over the fact that they both really are into sports. The girl texted my wife and told her that they were the only couple that showed up, so really my friends are the only ones he invited, but she also said he had a girl there with him. They said the girl barely spoke English, but he said they were dating, but she was acting very odd. Now, this is the part where I'm not sure if he was made aware of my discontent with him because I had already started cutting him off. Not answering calls. Not initiating any texts, being very curt with my responses. After this party, he randomly texts me photos of him with this girl professing how hot she is and what a great catch she is and how they are dating. One phrase he used which further raised my suspicions was, "It'll be good to go on a double date, so you can see I have a girl." I'm thinking to myself, why would he care about that, and what an odd thing to say. I asked how they met, and he said Tinder. I asked to see the text, and he said he deleted the text. He sent her Instagram photos, and she has 37,000 followers, and half her photos are of her in Dubai, London, etc., and doing lewd photo shoots. Considering he is a strip club kind of guy, this makes me think he may be paying for this companionship just to get his foot back in the door, but I could be wrong. So all is right. I'm plenty busy with work, and wife and I are fine. Son is happy as can be, and I want to make sure I keep the grass cut, so I can see the snakes before they get to my door. Thanks everyone for the reassurances. Best comments. Shit's weird. Cutting him off is for the best. You got no friends but yours. No girls except sniffing after yours. No life except the gym. He's a parasite. The last post, she said it made her feel different about him that he thought of her this way. And now on this post, she is upset because you weren't going to his party. It sounds like your wife likes the attention and was only upset because you and others noticed when she thought it was fairly discreet. You might keep a closer eye on your wife and comms with him after her reaction. It's a bit off if she was uneasy about his actions after they were pointed out. The two don't add up at all. She wanted to go to the party because all of our friends are going, so she thought it wouldn't be a big deal if we were all there together, as opposed to when he would just be with us alone. Either way, we got into a fight about it because I said hard pass. Made up for it, though, by going out and doing something else social that day. Good on you. Handled it perfectly. I also think she just wanted a night out to hang out with mutual friends regardless of the setting. Definitely make sure you keep an eye on your wife's behavior in the coming weeks. Like going to bed early on, be with her phone more often, and never leaving her phone unattended. And as already been mentioned, it's usually not that straightforward to get rid of people like this. Be prepared for him to just show up at your house hoping to hang out.